Isn't it interesting that back in verse 7, the second half, he defines who his elect are, that you're going out to find them. Well, how do you know who they are? He says, "For mine elect hear my voice and harden not their hearts."
Yeah.
And then this initial call that we started with of gathering the house of Israel, look at what he says in verse 8. "Wherefore the decree hath gone forth from the Father, that they shall be gathered in unto one place upon the face of this land, to prepare their hearts and be prepared in all things against the day when tribulation and desolation are sent forth upon the wicked." So you have this initial idea that we're going to find a center place of Zion, a gathering place upon the face of this land, where we're going to bring people in physically and we're going to gather them. Brothers and sisters, this was in the unfolding of the restoration through the history, this was the initial effort for decades. And then there came this time when the church is now established and prepared and big enough organizationally, where we're now a worldwide organization. It's not just a gather to Kirtland or gather to Missouri or gather to Nauvoo or gather to Salt Lake. Come to this one place, because that was the call in those early days. Then they realize, wait, this message is to bless, the gathering effort is to bless every nation, kindred, tongue, and people, and they're not all supposed to come to Utah. So what is the gathering point, Brent?
Zion, stakes of Zion.
There you go.
Zion in the heart. In fact, what you pointed out there, Tyler, where it says gathered in one place, what was the purpose of the gathering was the sanctification of the people. As I pointed out, the prophet Joseph focuses about the object of the gathering is ultimately going to be a temple and the ordinances of the temple, etc. And so as you look at it, where you pointed out that those that are righteous hear my voice and harden not their hearts. If you draw a line straight across the page there to verse 17, if you're reading your electronic scriptures, my diagrams won't help you much, okay? But in verse 17, look at how he defines the wicked. He says, "I will take vengeance upon the wicked, for they will not repent." Okay, then you turn the page over again, clear at the very, very end. And verse 44, "And they that believe not unto eternal damnation, for they cannot be redeemed from their spiritual fall, because they repent not. For they love darkness rather than light, and their deeds are evil, and they receive the wages of him of whom they list to obey." So what this is doing, whether it was for Kirtland or Independence, the purpose of this Zion, whether it's the stakes of Zion in Utah, or whether it is in Poland, or in Liberia, Nigeria, the purpose of this is for us to hear the voice of the Lord, to be sanctified, to be purified. And ultimately, Zion, gathering to Zion, is what is going to have us clothed with robes of righteousness, with crowns upon their heads. And so that contrast, wicked will not hear the voice of the Lord, will not repent. Righteous are those that will hear him and follow him, and then through him be clothed in his righteousness and in his mercy.
I love it.